And good morning and welcome back to the show. And of course this morning, round 11 of the GDFL netball season. First game, we have Krywula at home hosting Inverleigh. That should be a good game, I think. Kristy, what do you think?
I still think that Krywula are I think there's still a big distance between those two teams. I think Krywula still run out winners there comfortably.
Yeah.
I mean, no doubt Inverleigh will match them certain times in the game, but I think
over
Krywula
60 minutes.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think it's the length of time that they won't hold it for the whole time, but I still think it'd be a great game to watch. I think the competition wouldn't be too bad to see.
I think after playing Krywula last week and seeing them with a full team, and even though Danielle Davis only came on in the last quarter, but they've got a bit of depth there as well on the bench when they need it. So they've got Nicole and Sonia there. They've got a few little cards up their sleeves to play if they need to. If things get tough for them. So, yeah, I think Krywula will be a bit too strong for them. Next game, East Geelong hosting Geelong West. Fiona, you're coming down to the east.
We are. I hope you guys are nice to us down there.
We're always nice down there. You ask... Don't ask anyone, actually.
Fiona just said they've got a couple of secrets this week lined up for you guys. So
they've got no secrets at all. There's no secrets that Fiona have.
Be ready.
Now, Fiona, I've noticed that during the season, you girls started off well, and you were actually competing really. You were very competitive against a lot of the teams, and then you had a bit of a slump for the last couple of weeks. Well, I thought personally.
Also played two of the top teams in the league for the past 2 weeks.
This is true, but I noticed that a lot of your goals that you were scoring, you weren't scoring the last couple of weeks.
I noticed a lot of the goals that you're scoring, you weren't scoring. Sorry,
that
English.
Makes a lot of sense.
Kristy,
sorry, I don't get that.
So what I'm trying to get...
if you're not scoring them, you're not doing as well as you were. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, Birdie, you're asking...
Who invited Kristy anyway?
Start again.
So tell me, what happened?
What's the changes that happened down at West?
I believe Julie Jurison is no longer at West Geelong.
You would be correct.
What happened? That was the big recruit.
Yeah, one off. Look, Julie, for her own personal reasons, and I'm not going to go into them, that's not my business to tell, chose to return back to Anarchy, where she came from. Yeah.
Can that happen?
We had to give a clearance.
Oh, right.
And after discussion with Madge and everybody, it was decided to give her that clearance, and she returned back to Anarchy. There are no hard feelings with Julie. She is still friends with a lot of girls at the club and everything, and that's fine. We do have a new shooter down at West who has played the past 2 weeks, just coming down, having a bit of a run at the moment.
From?
She hasn't played in any league netball up until now. Her name's Robin Giles.
Robin Giles, okay.
Yeah. And look, she's started to fit in really well. It's only 2 games. She's only been to 2 trainings. And she can't play every game for this year, but I guess we're looking more for the future.
Definitely.
Is she playing later on this afternoon?
No, she's not, Birdie. She's out this week, which is unfortunate for us, but that's okay. We've still got 2 shooters there who haven't been doing too badly. They have stepped up a little bit, so we don't have the height there, but that's okay.
And in any case, it can be difficult looking for players in the beginning of the season, let alone mid-season, to now have to try and fill something like a goal shooter or a defensive end centre court. We can fill them usually, but unfortunately, filling either end is difficult. Yeah,
absolutely. And look, all the best to Julia. Absolutely no hard feelings, and I hope she feels the same way. I think she does. We'll be meeting them again later in the year. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Kristy, can you shoot?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'll give anything a go.
All right. Next game, we've got Bellpost Hill hosting Anarchy up at the Panthers' home ground. What do you reckon, Kristy?
I would like to see this one, actually, but I do believe that Bellpost, again, will be too strong. I love the move of putting Kim Martin back at goal shooter. Whether she plays there or not this Saturday, I don't know, but I think that is a fantastic move. I rate her very highly. Last time I saw her particularly play against Werribee, I didn't think physically she was strong enough to play the goal attack position against your likes of Casey Price. However, back at goal shooter, I think she would have even given maybe Werribee Central's some difficulties. So I think, again, as you said, bomb it down to her and...
Okay. All right, next game we've got Beaumont Lions hosting Winchelsea up at Belmont. Fiona, what do you think, Winch?
I think it's going to be a nice game for them to come back to, and hopefully they can get back on track as a team.
After last week's debacle?
Incident. You know, okay. I'm not going to comment on that at the moment. I think they will come out too strong. Hopefully all the girls are still around playing there, and you know, I think they need to get that win, get things back on track for the rest of the year.
And I'm sure they will. They'll, you know, Werribee and Winch will meet each other again come finals time.
Yep.
It's not going to affect where they sit on the ladder at all. Yeah, what they just have to do now is they're all a player or coach or whatever it is. They just need to discuss with each other, get it all out. Whatever happened, happened. Now look forward to the future, but also try and adjust some of those things that happen so they don't happen again, because they're probably unacceptable, and it wasn't great for the team because it was the game was going along beautifully. So I still think Winch will win.
Maybe just a little bit of discipline maybe needed. Don't
know, Birdie.
Don't know.
You tell me.
Well, I'm sure the league will sort it out, and yeah, everyone will move on, and we'll keep playing netball.
Well, they are a disciplined team. They're a beautiful team. They're a great team, and again, a lot of the girls, Werribee, Winch, they play together, and I'm sure there's girls that play in other teams play with them, but certainly they're a beautiful team. So.
All right, next game we've got Bannockburn hosting Werribee. What do you think, Kristy? I'll have to ask you.
Yes. What do I think? I think Werribee will be too strong for Bannockburn.
Yeah.
But, yeah, again, I don't know if they'll have their full team this week. So often when people make comments like they didn't win by as much as you feel like they should have, we probably, you know, they might not have their full team in this week. But, again, nevertheless...
We had the Bannockburn girls on before, actually, and we didn't even ask them. We should have thought of that when we had them on.
Well, we'll ask them...
We'll ask them next time they're on.
I don't know. We'll talk to them later. I don't know.
All right, the last game, Thompson hosting North Geelong. What do you think, Fee?
Look, I think North Geelong will come out on top with this one, but, you know, I don't want to underestimate Thompson at all. They've come a long way since the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It could maybe closer than what you think, but
yeah,
I do think that North...
Although last week's game, the likes of those quality players that they have at North, in Sylvia, and was it Lauren, and Sarah, they had a great game last week, and continue that form on, girls.
Okay. All right, look, we'll wind it up this morning. Thanks for joining us this morning, and thanks for joining me, girls. We'll see you girls next week.
Next week.
And hope you have a win later on this afternoon. Bye for now.